Today we're going to look at finding an angle. So before we've used trigonometry to find out a missing side, and as well sometimes we can use Pythagoras to work out a missing side, but where trigonometry really comes into its own is you can use it to find an unknown angle. So in this question we're looking to find angle ACB. That's the angle that starts from A, goes to C, finishes off at B. So this angle here. Just mark that on. We'll call that angle X because that's what we want to find out. Now we follow the same approach to all the other questions, same step-by-step guide, just it'll finish off a little bit different at the end. So step one is to label the triangle. We label what we know and what we want to know. So we know opposite this angle is 7, so it's called the opposite. And we also know then that this side here, which is next to or adjacent beside the angle, it is A. Or another way to work out that it's A is it's not the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is opposite the right angle, this one here, so this one must be A. You'll notice again, in the examples that you've been doing so far, we've got an O and an A, and every time you see O and A, we can write down the equation that connects O and A, which is that tan X is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. And then we fill in substitute in the values from the diagram. So we know the 7, we know the 9 for opposite and adjacent. This time, however, we don't know the angle, so we leave it as tan X, 7 over 9. Now normally, we have got the angle in here, and we put it into the tan function, and we get the answer out. However, we have the answer as such, so that there is an angle here. If you put it into tan and hit equals, the answer would be 7/9. So we need to know what that angle is. So we have to actually reverse the process. So think about what we did. We have tan, and then you put in the angle, and you get the answer. We need to undo or reverse this function. That would be called the inverse. So what we do is we write down that X is the tan inverse, which is undoing or reversing what the function did in the first place. And we write in 7/9. Now, on your calculator, you will have to hit the shift button, and then you'll hit the tan button. And above it, you should see this tan inverse. Once you've pressed that button, then you put in 7/9, and it'll give you your answer. So the answer will then be that X is equal to, and we get 37.9 degrees to 3 significant figures. So in other words, if you go back, if you put tan of this angle in, it would give you the answer 7/9. So what tan inverse is doing is going in reverse. If the answer was 7/9, what was the question, or what was the number we put in the tan in the first place, which would be 37.9. Okay? So if you ever have tan X equals, you have to do tan inverse to get X on its own. You cannot detach or remove the tan from the X and just bring it to the other side or anything like that. There, they are attached. So I just want to go over then this function because we're not really that familiar with using functions in mathematics. We're usually adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing, but we have used, they are functions too, but more complex ones, I suppose. If we had something like x squared equals 9, like in that case, you wouldn't bring the x to the other side or do anything like that there. You know that when you've got x squared equals 9, to get x equals, what you have to do is find the square root of the right hand side. So same idea applies here. If you've got tan x equals, let's say, even a decimal 0.6, the way to get from tan x to x is the other side has to become tan inverse. So you just need to learn that's how you get the x on its own. Just like to get from x squared to x, you get a square root. To get from tan x to x, you'll have to do the tan inverse. Okay, that's all you need for your notes. I'm going to do one more. If you want to listen on, that's absolutely fine. If you're happy enough, you can start the exercise. Okay, in this example we're going to find out the angle at Z. So we start off by labelling what we know and what we want to know. Opposite the Z is the 5mm side, so we mark it as the opposite. Now the opposite, the right angle, the longest side is the hypotenuse. We don't know it, don't want to know it either. And that leaves the last one, must be the adjacent. Because we've got O and A, remember that TOA, that means we can write down the equation that tan x is equal to the opposite over adjacent. And we fill in the information from the question. So what does x stand for? X represents the angle, which will be called this time Z. O is the opposite, which is 5, and A is the adjacent, which is 8. To get Z equals, to get Z on its own, before it was tanned, we have to take the tan inverse. Remember on your calculator, that will be shift tan, okay? And it'll look like tan to the -1 on the top of the button. And then you put in your 5/8 into that, and so you hit your shift tan 5/8, and that gives you 32.0 degrees. Okay? And to check if that makes sense, if you put tan of that answer, you should get 5/8 back out again.